and mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to Oh So Cosmo. Have you ever thought about your man picking you up on a horse, taking you away to a castle, taking care of you?
Coming up, Jackie Skeet reveals if women really want to be rescued.
I don't like asking for help, but there have been times when all I needed was for a guy to change the oil in my car or fix my flat tire. Sometimes I just want to be saved. Today, I'm talking to some hot firemen, lifestyle expert Michelle Leong, and some Cosmo girls to find out the age-old question, do women want to be rescued?
Well, I mean, everybody wants to be rescued if they're in trouble.
Smart women are not waiting to be rescued by, some guy.
As modern women, we have a love-hate attitude about rescue fantasies. We resist the idea because we're strong, we're independent, but at the same time, I think everyone has an appreciation for wanting to be taken care of.
The type of fantasy we might have, the fireman obviously is one of them. Maybe a bad guy chasing us, maybe a cop with his shirt off.
Well, I don't know. I think women in general just being scooped up by a big, hot, strong guy, you know what I mean? Definitely.
We've grown up with traditional storylines of men being heroic pirates, armored knights, and women being damsels in distress or princesses trapped in towers. So I think that's very natural for us to have those notions in our mind.
They're usually pretty fit, right? They need to rescue us, they have to be fit.
Women seem to like men in uniform.
You've seen their abs?
Well, I'm just saying.
I've never seen firemen abs.
I think guys were waiting for us to kind of just fall on their lap.
It's nice to be rescued once in a while, when needed. Yeah, but I don't want to depend on a man. Well, if my car breaks down and I'm stranded, rescue me.
We get so caught up with, I'm an independent woman, I don't need a man, but I think that relationships are about reciprocity, and you can let a man rescue you, at the same time, you're rescuing the man.
Whether you're looking for a hero or someone to depend on, don't forget, Cosmo Girl. You can always count on yourself. Oh, shoot. Forgot my keys. Can one of you boys give me a lift back to my office?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh. What? It's okay to get help once in a while.
Wilder, have you ever rescued someone?
I do watch a lot of Baywatch.
Coming up, we're going to find out what your music says about your sex life.
And I'll tell you why some guys withhold sex.
No.
In case you're wondering, I'm a little rock and roll in the bedroom.
Well, Josie, I hate to break it to you, but for some guys, it doesn't even matter. Here are the reasons why some guys withhold sex. As men, we're stereotyped as these creatures, constantly on the prowl for sex, pestering women to give it up. I got news for you ladies. Sometimes men just aren't in the mood. I'm not talking about something Viagra can cure. I'm talking about the fact that sometimes your man just wants to cuddle. But hey, don't take my word for it.
Studies show that a higher percentage of women experience lower sex drive. However, that doesn't mean that men don't have lagging libidos as well. Culture dictates that men are supposed to be these horny dogs that want it 24/7. Their masculinity is tied to their sex drive. However, men are human, go figure. So they are vulnerable to the same foibles as women. They may be tired, they may be stressed, have low self-esteem, confidence issues, and that all affects a person's sex drive.
So you still think all men are sex-starved? Trust me, even rock stars will deny sex.
I do, I'm pretty stubborn, so yeah. If I had to prove a point or something, yeah, I definitely would.
Have you ever noticed, like, when you get mad at your girlfriend, she'll be like, oh no, honey, it's okay, come here, and it's like, no, go away, I don't want to look at you, I'm mad. Why is it the only time you want to boink me is when I'm mad at you? Like, it's not fair.
Okay, now do you believe me? But don't worry, you're not alone. Don't let your self-esteem drop just because your man doesn't want a spoon.
To some extent, a little bit of holding back is normal. In relationships, there's always, periods of closeness and then periods where people are less close. So that's part of the normal cycles that relationships go through.
Because men tie their masculinity, their manhood to their sex drive, they may find it a bit mortifying to admit that they're not raring to go. And at the same time, I think that's confusing for women who are wondering why their man doesn't want to jump them. But I think that's more normal than most things.
Okay, so your man isn't giving it up because he's tired or because he's mad. But what can a woman do to wake up her man's mojo?
You really want him to feel that there's a bit of a chase. Men like to be just a little bit scared all the time. That's why they watch professional sports. Or, yeah. So you kind of have to be like, well, a football player in better pants and better shoes for men. Keep them a little on the edge and wonder, are they going to get the touchdown?
If there really seems to be a problem, it's something that, you know, that one might try to discuss, but in a non-threatening way. So, for example, it may be better to discuss it out of the sexual context, maybe when you're not engaged in intimacy, but outside of that, when you're having a normal conversation, it may be less threatening to discuss it in that type of a setting.
Okay, so communication is key, but avoid criticism or blame. Us guys, we pretend to have thick skins. Or try not talking at all and just do it. As any Italian cook will tell you, appetite comes from eating.
I had no idea guys played games too.
Games aren't just for the girls, Josie. We can be prudes too.
After the break, I reveal my pick for Bachelor of the Week.
And I go to a self-defense course.